The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everyone. This is Mr. Taylor with Young Engineers of Today, and it is a wonderful Monday. Hopefully, everyone had a great weekend. I'm happy that you're here. Kaya and Marissa are here, and it seems like we're about to have someone else arrive. All right, if you can hear me, please raise your hands. Okay, Marissa can hear me. Kaya, can you hear me? Nathan. All right, good. We have some more hands up. All right, very good. Nathan. All right, put your hands down. If you can see my screen, please raise your hand. All right, good. We got Marissa. All right, good. Hiya. All right, Nathan. Good. All right, let's begin. Today we're going to start a programming language. You won't need your snap circuits, so you can keep those off to the side. Now, answer a question. I see Marissa has her hand up. Yes, Marissa.
Hi. What did I miss? Because I haven't gone back to watch the webinars. My dad just said we're in Texas, so my dad said that I could tune into webinar today live. So I was just wondering what I missed.
All right. What was the last webinar you've watched, Marissa?
Well, the last webinar I've watched was the one where I was at the beach and I didn't have my snap circuit kit with me. That was the last one I ever did, and I haven't watched any because we've been on the go. We left for Texas a few days after we got home from the beach, so we've been traveling a lot.
Okay, Marissa, you basically missed our section on snap circuits. So we went through a big electricity and electronics unit. We did that for 2 weeks. All right.
Okay, good, because I was afraid I missed something big. My dad's been helping me with my snap circuits, so.
Okay, well, very good. All right, thank you, Marissa. All right, George. All right. Now, who here has ever heard of or used Scratch before? Know anything about Scratch? Raise your hand if you like to comment, share about it. All right, we got 2 hands. Let's go with George. George, what do you know about Scratch?
I have made a lot of programs on Scratch. I have it. We also have a book on learning to do Scratch.
All right. Very good. All right. Thank you, George. Anyone else like to share? Okay. Now, the version of Scratch we're using is Scratch 2.0. This is the new version. It is cloud-based, so it's strictly on the internet. There's no downloading. It's just strictly using a solid internet connection as well as a quality browser. Okay. Now, with this is the website. I'd like you to go to it. When you go to it, it will give you the opportunity to create an account. I'm going to send this link to everyone. George, I'm going to call on you. George, you said you have Scratch 4.1?
Maybe it was 1.4.
Is yours?
What?
Did you download yours?
Um,
Is it on your computer?
it's on this computer.
Okay, yeah, that's the older version. They have a new version out now that you don't even have to download it. Okay, and you
So is
don't
it like you? So so would it be like you just go to a website and then it opens up automatically?
exactly, yeah, and then you don't have to worry about saving everything because it saves it on their server, like in a cloud.
So no downloads needed.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a little bit different. It's a different layout with some new features. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, you'll pick it up pretty quickly, already knowing Scratch. All right, thanks, George. All right, so what I want you to do, you're going to go in, and there's some basics about Scratch. You have a home page, and you can create a profile page, so you can like add friends and follow people who other kids who are making Scratch programs, and you can upload your Scratch programs. All right, through MIT. Now, on your home page, when you go to your home page, um, you can have projects or things you like, and teach you how to do more. But you click on create and it allows you to create a new project. But after you create an account, you will log in each time and you can keep track of different things you're doing, etc., etc. And you can make a profile about yourself. So about your programs and what you're doing, you can save programs and so you can communicate with other people and share programs. All right. So go into this website and when you go to it, let me show you. You'll go in and up here you'll have a sign that says login or create like or start a new name and create that program. All right. So once you have created your new name and program at the Scratch website, please let me know that you have an account made. And while we're waiting for people, if you're one of those people that do it really fast, go ahead and work on your profile too. Okay. Give me a hand raise if you understand what you're supposed to be doing right now. Does no one understand what they're supposed to be doing? Okay, Marissa understands what she's doing. Please go ahead. Okay, Taha knows what he's doing. Hi, Max. Marissa, what you're doing, and this is everyone, you're making an account. Go to the Scratch website here and create a new account. Because the only way you can use this version of Scratch is if you create an account. So you have login. All right. Some people's hands are going up. Max, you know what you're doing?
I have the Scratch in my applications. Can I use that?
No, that's the older version. You have Scratch 1.4. I want you to go to the website that is up here, and we're gonna use Scratch 2.0. It's new.
Okay.
It came out this summer. It has a lot newer features. They had the beta version that they were released early last spring, and we're testing it out. But now all the kinks are worked out, and it's a quality program, and it offers a lot more than the Scratch, the older Scratch. All right,
Okay.
Max. Thank you
Yeah.
for asking. All right. Go on. Taha. Taha, what's going on? Taha? All right. Make sure you're typing in information, Taha, because I cannot hear your mic. All right, George, good job. You've logged in. Thank you for telling me. As you guys are creating your accounts, please let me know that you have an account made. Click on Join Scratch. Hi, you got to join Scratch first. All right, Marissa's finished. Yeah, Nathan, you can join Scratch. That means the same thing. All right, guys. If you need more time, raise your hand, please. All right, Max is done. All right, go ahead, Kaya. What you should be doing right now is creating your account. I'm literally trying to give people a time to finish making their account. While you're waiting for other people to finish, please work on your profile. And you can explore that, or you can experiment. But what I'm literally is waiting on people to tell me if they're finished or not. The people such as Kai is now finished. Max has told me. George has, but the other half of the class I haven't heard from yet. So I'm literally waiting. Like Nathan, I haven't heard from you yet. I just want to make sure because you're going to need to do this as we move forward. You have to be logged in. So Nathan, have you done it? Okay, you're done. Thank you for telling me. All right. It looks like most people are finished now, so let's move forward. All right, as we went over, you have your home page. When you go to make a program, you click on Create. All right. And anytime you come back and forth to this, you're going to have to log in. You can usually save your login information on your computer. Now, we're going to go over the basics. The basics, you have a blocks tab, a script area, a stage, sprites / backdrop, costumes tab, and sounds tab. And we're going to take a look at this. And you can go ahead and create a program. You can follow along. Now, the stage. The stage is where, just like it gets its name from like acting, a stage is where things happen, where they take place. Now, right above the stage area, we'll always say the person who created it. And also, it's good practice to name your program so you can save it. It's not just untitled some number. All right. Below the stage, you have your sprites, where these are the characters that you can use, and you can add sprites, you can alter sprites, you can delete sprites, you can make changes to sprites. You can also take pictures and upload them as sprites. Marissa, can you be more specific on what you would like me to repeat? Now, in between is your block palette. Now, the block palette is broken into multiple areas. For your scripts, you have your motion, Look, sound, pen, data, events, control, sensing, operators, and more blocks. We'll go into these further. And also, next to it, you have two other tabs. Your costume tab. When you click on it, it'll show you how you can add a backdrop or background. You can also add more costumes or different sprites. As you add different costumes, you can actually change the costume of your sprites. Down below in the sprite area, it'll list how many sprites you have. Then you can also add sounds to each sprite. So every sprite you click on, you can add scripts to it, costumes, or sounds, and you can make changes to them. So, and then in the script area, that's where you actually put all these script blocks and connect them. This is an icon-based language. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually looks really basic, but it's extremely powerful, and you can do a lot of great things with Scratch. There are actually some colleges that have their students, like their intro to programming classes, use Scratch because of how much you can do with it. Marissa, I'm going to just click on you. Marissa, go ahead. Marissa, you're unmuted. All right, can't talk. All right, just to recap, the stage, that's where you'll see everything in action. Below it's the sprite, and these are where you can put all your characters. The block palette, this is where you get your code from. This is where you can change your costumes for your sprite, as well as the sound is where you can add or create sounds for your sprites. I believe with the kitty cat, if you clicked on the sounds, you can play it and it makes a meow sound. All right. And then your script area, this is where your code's at. Now, where your stage is, your sprite is based on an XY axis, just like in math class. If you go left and right, you have your X. If you go up and down, you have your Y. Okay. All right. Now, looking further at the stage, you have your green flag there, which runs programs. If you have a green flag, green for go, and a red stop sign, red for stop, that can shut down your program. All right. Looking closer at your block palettes, you have motion, and typically the colors signify what they do, as well as they are pretty much self-explanatory. When you hear motion, these are actions. Looks, this is the way your sprite will look like when you visually see it. A lot of times this deals with costumes. Sound, obviously your sprite will make sounds or a sound will take place. Pen, that involves drawing. Then you have data as well, and that's for more advanced stuff. And then events, when things take place, the start of it, and then controlling and sensing. Your sprite can actually sense other sprites and interact with other things through sensing. And then operators deal with math. All right, and then you have some other aspects. Okay. Now, sprites and backdrops. You can add a sprite with this little character. You can open the file and add other sprites. You can add pictures as sprites. And then with the paintbrush, you can actually alter them. All right, and make changes to them. Your script area, it's very easy to use. All you got to do is you grab your script, you drag it, you drop it in. And I will demonstrate for you. You create a new sprite. So all I do is I grab it, I drag it, I drop it. If I want to get rid of it, I pick it up and I can drop it back in there. All right. Very simple. and all you do is you link them together. They snap together like Legos. Okay, your costume tab. When you click on that costume tab that is next to your script, typically your sprite will have more than one costume. You can add costume or you can alter costumes by drawing on it, by adding lines, by cropping it, by adding text, by making stamp features. You can erase parts. You can add colors to it. All right. You can do a lot to your sprite to make it the way you want it to be. Now with the sound tab, which is next to the costumes, you can actually manipulate, you can edit, you can add effects to the sound, you can record your own sound. So you got a lot of cool stuff there. I see Kaya, you have your hand raised, so let's call on you. Yes, Kaya, go ahead.
My hand was raised from the last time.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you for telling me. All right. So moving forward, so that's all the different tabs. They as well as your scripts and sounds. Okay. Now we're gonna get started moving. So basically, here, if you grab the move block and you put it out there, it would move 10 steps. Now, after you did that, you can go to looks, and you can see from looks, everything has to do with like thinking, saying things, the switching costumes or switching background. What you're going to do is then grab a hello block, and when it's about to click to something, you'll see this white line underneath where it's going to go, and it'll show you that's where you're attaching it. So what I want you to do is then get a events, which will, when the green flag's clicked, it'll allow you to start this program. So then when you click the green flag, it'll start, but you have to have this little feature attached to it. So I want you to go ahead and try this. Once you've done it, raise your hand and let me know. And all you got to do, it's all drag and drop. Drag and drop and connect it. All right, George has done it. Go ahead and call on George. See here. George, what happened with your sprite when you did this?
Well, he moved a little bit to the right, and a little speech bubble came up, and he said, hello.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Nice job, George. Thank you. Nathan, yes, I'm glad you're looking ahead. You can use if and else statements. Good, good. Nathan's finished. Great job. right. Okay, let's move it forward now. All right, so it seems like everyone got this done. And as you can see, these are really easy to use and they just snap together. All right, now let's look at some terminology. Sequence. A sequence with regards to programming. Hold up. Let's see, Max. What is the issue, Max? All right, let me call on Max real quick. Yes, Max.
When I'm clicking on the, like, I put up the move 10 steps, then say hello, and nothing is happening. I'm clicking the green flag, and it just sits there.
Did you add from the events when clicked to the top of it?
Events, when clicked,
Attach it to the top of it.
when clicked, no, I didn't add that. Let me try that.
All right, let me know.
Wait, where is the when click? Oh,
It's the top one
okay.
under events.
So I'm clicking. Nope, nothing is happening.
Your code looks exactly like this.
The code, let me check. The code, yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't put it in that order. Let me try again.
And they all connect. Are they all connected?
Okay, now it works.
All right.
Yeah, now it works.
All right. Good. All right. Thank you, Max. Yeah, just make sure that you're using the correct code. If things are out of order, they don't work. And I'm glad you brought that up. Because with our definition of sequence, um, it's all about the way your code is put together. If it isn't put together in a certain way that you want it to work, it's not going to do what you want it to do. And its order is very important. We call this sequence because the way you do things, especially in this code, which runs from top to bottom, it starts on the top and goes to the bottom. That's the way it's going to be. Okay. Now we're going to look at loops now. Loops, we're going to try these out. They're under control. They're also wait blocks are under control as well. What I want you to do is add them to this code. You might have to take them apart and add them in. Remember to look for that white line. That will help you show you where you need to be. So go ahead and do this and tell me once you're done. I do really appreciate when you let me know you're finished because it helps keep the flow of the class going. So I don't want to push you too fast, but I don't want to be too slow either. So I want to make sure we're moving just right. And I need your help with that. Thank you. Good job, George. Max is done. Very good, very good, very good. Kaya, very good. You're finished. All right. Can someone? I'm going to call on someone and just see what happened here. We'll just go with Max since I was talking to you last. Max, what happened to this program when we added this loop? What did the loop do?
The loop, it just like you can put everything just like in a box without uh having to just put it like right there, because it'll consistently repeat the loop over after 10 seconds. It would just do it again. So yeah.
All right, good, good. And how many times did it do it for?
I haven't tried that. I only watched it repeat once.
Okay.
But
Change it to 10 times. What will happen? If you have it in there once, what will happen if you change it to 10?
if you changed it to 10, it would do it 10 times.
Good. All right. Very good, very good. Now the same thing. Anytime you see these white little areas, you can change what the amounts are or the words. So that's something to keep in mind, okay? Okay, let's keep moving forward. All right, loops. As we realize, loops restart from the top of the sequence and they keep completing it over and over again. The term we use every time it goes through the whole process one time, we call that iteration. If your program, the one you just did, and you set it for 10, you got 10 iterations of that taking place. Unless you do an infinity loop. If you do an infinity loop, which is forever, it'll go until you manually shut the program down. Okay? All right. Now, some other features. If you right click on things within the programs, if you right click on them, certain things will happen. You can duplicate, which make a copy of them, of the program. You can also delete things or add comments. Comments are very important in the programming world because they help us keep us focused, as well as if we leave a program, we come back to it, we can tell what we were doing last time. In a real world scenario, one of my really good friends is a computer programmer. He went to Virginia Tech University, and he works on a 6-man team that develops certain codes. And what will take place is they all work at different hours, but they'll work on different chunks of the code, or one will pick up where the other one left off. And they use a lot of comments so that they know what they were doing previously or what someone else was doing, because then someone else's job is to organize all that code so it works. Now, with deleting, you have to right click and you can delete it, or you can grab the code and drag it back into the palette, or the major ways. That's another way you can delete your code. All right. All right. Now, with costumes, if you add on another costume, and let's say you didn't like it, there's a little black bubble to the right of that costume that has a white X in it. You just click on that, it'll get rid of your costumes. Now, you can do different things to these costumes. You can flip them, you can rotate them, you can move them left and right. So if you didn't want yours just to be horizontal and parallel, but you wanted to have like a little twist to it, you could do that. All right. And you can put in the center. So you don't have to worry about it being off-centered. If you want it in the middle, you can do that as well. Okay. Now, we're going to try some more code. So I'm going to have you make this code in a moment. As you can see from the looks, it's all about the way it looks if you want to see what you want to see and not see. Okay, that's basically what looks do. What I want you to do is create this program and try it and see what happens. All right? Let me know once you're done. And then we'll talk about what happens there. All right. All right, Todd, you're gonna have to give me more information on why it's not working properly. George, glad you did it. Max, glad you did it. Let's call him George. All right, George. George, what took place here?
Well, he switched from walking to jumping, and also I had repeat 10, but for jumping up and down, but it only did that 5 times.
All right, just double check all your codes. All right. Thank you, George. Yeah, so it makes it look. Why does it look like it's jumping up and down?
Well, because it's moving up and then down and changing the way it looks.
Yep, that's switching constants. Very good. Thank you, George. Let's go with Kaya. No, where's Kaya? Kaya just had her hand raised. Oh, there's Kaya. Kaya, go ahead.
My hand is still raised.
Well, since you're here, I'm going to ask you a question. Why is George said it looked like it was jumping up and down, which I agree with him. It does. What is the key aspect in this code that's making it look like it's jumping up and down?
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay. Well, I'll come back to you. So as soon as you finish that, I'm going to ask you that question, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Taha, you have your hand raised. Taha, if you don't have when clicked attached to everything, it won't do it what you want it to do. So you have to make sure that your flag, when clicked from the events area or control, one of the two, is attached so it does what you want it to. Okay. And let's go with Max. Max, what's taking place?
The sprite when it's moving, when it looks like it's kind of jumping, it what it does, it's like it goes up, changes the picture, it goes to the next costume, then it kind of goes diagonally down, changes the costume, and then goes back and changes the costume once again, and then it keeps on repeating that 10 times, like you asked it to.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Now, because you're changing the costumes and changing its orientation of where it's at on the X and Y, this is the great introduction where you can start doing animation. Did you think of that?
Not really.
Yeah, you can start doing cartoons.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Max. All right. I'm going to put hands down. If you need more time, please raise your hand. Marissa finished hers. He said it looks like it's skipping. Awesome. Sam needs more time, and Kaya needs more time. Well, all right. Well, let's give you guys about another minute or two. Everyone else, I want you to experiment and try manipulating some of this code and see what happens. See if you can make it do something pretty cool. All right, let's go with Max. He's found something cool. Go ahead, Max.
If you change change y by 10 to change y by 20 and take out the change y by negative 10, what
Mhm.
it'll do, it'll just zigzag back and forth going up.
Very cool. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Thanks, Max. Good job. And Kaya. So, why is it jumping, Kaya?
It's jumping because when it changes costumes, it moves a little bit. So it looks sort of like it's jumping from costume to costume.
Excellent job. Great job. Now, the thing that's great answers from everyone. I'm very impressed. Very proud of you guys. The thing that's really helpful here is understanding the XY axis. If we are doing a plus XY, we're going, if we're doing plus Y, we're going to end up going up. If we do negative Y, we're going down. If we do positive X, we're going right. Negative X, going left. Or you guys get what I'm saying. I think I said that backwards. All right, which is great. Now, let's go to our next part. Okay, now you can put new sprites in on your sprite area. If you add a sprite, like I added this like Pokemon looking type fish, put him in, and he comes with 3 different costumes. So I can switch a lot of different costumes. Right? You can also add backgrounds. You can use sprites as backgrounds or backgrounds of backgrounds. You can import backgrounds to do other things as well. All right. Now, Taha, thank you for telling me I will not unmute you anymore. Okay. So you can choose your different background. And the background icon looks like mountains with like a moon in the sky or sun in the sky, and that lets you know that's a background, the backdrop. Okay. So now under look, you can switch your costumes and you can pick to a specific costume. You can go to next costume and it'll just go to the next costume in order. You can switch background. So let's say you were like changing scenes of a cartoon or animation that you were making. You can switch it to another one. You can change the color. So you can actually change the way the color your sprite or background looks, or set it to a new one. Some cool things. Now in this case, I get a background of a chalkboard, and I wrote on it because you can actually manipulate, just like you can do your sprites, you can do it to your backdrops too. So when I click this will move 10 steps, and then as my sprite moves 10 steps, it will switch the background to this one, like he jumped up and wrote on the board, and then we switched his costume. So you can see that he's walking and then jumping, and it looks like he's jumped up and wrote the board. Go ahead, I want to see you guys try this, all right? Delete sprites. Look for in the sprite area. You can highlight them. You can try to right click them if that doesn't work. Look for the black ball that has a white X in it. Right. Let's try to get this. You're spending most of your time right now working on making your background and importing your sprites, which are good skills to do. Let me know if you need help with anything. I'll try to help you the best I can. And when you ask, try to be detailed. I can't see what you're seeing, so try to use adjectives and nouns. Just be clear so we can work with each other. Okay. Let me know once you're done. Help with this process. George, how are you doing there?
Good.
Did you were you able to delete your sprites?
No.
So within your, I'm going to import a sprite here. Do that. All right, I'm going to work on that. I'll get back to you in a minute, okay? Here's the, raise your hand if you need a little bit more time. All right. What I want you to do, since it is 7:30, and about half of people's hands went up, please work on this over the next 2 days, and I want you to experiment more with Scratch, and so we can talk about some things you discovered next class. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. Thank you for being part of Young Engineers of today. Everyone did a great job, and we'll continue working with Scratch next class, and we're going to do Scratch to build a few video games that you'll be able to have. All right, thank you, and have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye. And Taha, before you get off, a few suggestions for you.